bits of chocolate litter the streets of our mind, as those bits are examples of how life can be unkind. So fickle are the days that lead us down our path, so quick are the ways that joy will turn to wrath. Abandonment is common with the youth, as they are most vulnerable and farthest from the truth. The annoyance of the sad spreads its arms quite far, the nuisance of the mad always seems to scar. A toll will be taken at any given choice, as existence continues, some may lose their voice. Starting at commencement, living through the halfway, ending at arrestment, we invariably pay. And now for a line-by-line breakdown. By little bits of chocolate, I'm alluding to that quote from Forrest Gump. Life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. So the little bits of chocolate represent how unpredictable life is and how that uncertainty makes life difficult. And when I say litter the streets of our mind, I am saying that the uncertainty about the chocolate example creates doubt in our mind and makes life difficult in that way as well. So these chocolates are just one of the many examples that show how hard life can get. With the last line, I'm simply saying that the uncertainty from the lines above proves why it's difficult, as those bits are examples of how life can be unkind. For the next quatrain, I'm referring to the fact that life is unpredictable and shapes the way we act and react. So fickle are the days is just another way of saying that every day is unpredictable, and that this unpredictability guides us for better and for worse, hence our own path. The next two lines are saying that because life is so unpredictable, things in our lives can change very, very quickly. So quick are the ways is just another way of saying that. So if things change so quickly, that means that even pleasant emotions like joy can get real negative real fast, hence joy will turn to wrath. This quatrain is an example of how life is hard, particularly for children. I am saying with abandonment is common, that many children find that their biological parents leave them somewhere else, whether it be in an orphanage or somewhere alike, for a list of reasons too long to count. I specifically refer to children and I say common with the youth, as it just means this happens a lot with kids. The next line references how weak children are and how they can't do much on their own, which makes them vulnerable. The last line is most powerful, as it allures to how caretakers and parents try and shield young children from things they are not supposed to understand or view at that age. I believe it's just human nature to keep children innocent for as long as possible. Therefore, children are farthest from the truth, as they are shielded from bad things in the world that are really going on. Here the words annoyance and nuisance are just another word for feeling our emotion. In the first and second lines, I'm saying that terrible feeling of being sad will reach everyone at some point in their lives, hence spreading its arms quite far. The third and fourth line are saying that mad feeling everyone gets at times sucks. Also, when we are angry, we make sometimes rash decisions that deeply affect our future, in the same way that a deep cut from a blade will leave a scar. So those bad decisions we make when we are mad will leave an imprint on one's life just like a scar. With the first two lines, I'm stating that no matter what choice we make, good or bad, there will be consequences or a toll. If you didn't know, the thing I'm referring to with a toll will be taken is that when trying to cross a border or boundary, you must pay a toll to get through. In the same way that crossing a boundary in terms of a decision, there will be consequence. The next two lines state, in other words, as life goes on, some people will lead lives that go down dark paths, and the opinions they have won't be heard as well as if they were clean, so to speak, hence losing their voice. This quatrain just sums up the poem in a sense. The first line, starting at commencement, means after being born. The second line, living through the halfway, is just rephrasing living your life. The third, ending at arrestment, just means dying after your life. Arrestment is not to be confused with being arrested, like by the police or something. Arrestment in this sense is referring to death alone. The final line, we invariably pay, means life is tough, and this toughness in life catches up to everyone at some point, and in this way, we invariably pay for our mistakes. Thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you enjoyed this poem, and stay tuned for many more. Thanks.